Okay, I'm just gonna record the decoding way of layered architecture. So just stay there. Start the recording now. So I just recorded. We'll just record the layered architecture in C#.NET. Okay. Which is- ASP.NET Core API. Save. Let's code along, guys. So we need that and then infrastructure. Our persistent will we reside in here. Say one. So did it. Place it in here. It's two. So sorry. Libraries. So this is ASP.NET Core. PHP, say sold item. Since just check if it's enough. So there's a warning. So in order to omit that, let's have a default value of empty. This is a product name actually. Description. Description and then name. Let's copy and paste decimal. So let's get that representation of the quantity and values. So I'm going to create a model for sale. So create it. See, I'm gonna fix it. See, Yare. Bibi guys, I'm recording. I'm recording. Do you want? Baby shower. Nakalimutan ko yan. Yung, let's select customizing. Liza, punta ka dun. Liza, punta ka dun. Nire-record kaya dito. Ano? It's just this one is the total. It's sum. So now, what's next that we're going to do? So it's included entity framework. So I'm going to add entity framework here. But first, let's create details for this uh, response and request. I think it's fine to just copy and paste. We have some typing. So let's make it request. Then other one is response. Request and response. Okay. So I'm going to have an error earlier. But later, once I retain it there, this is request, so I think this one's fine. This one, let's it's this one. Where's my timer? Timer code. Kita naman ah. Tapos, type 2 eh. So, let's put the request. It's updated, maybe and post instead. Then, so request, it's response. No, it should be response. Let's remove this. So DTOs are done for the sale and sold items. So what I'm going to do now is create a automapper, automapper for sales. Save. Okay. Tools unused using. So I'm going to map that. So the moment it's used by our client, the sale response, gonna map that to sale model. All right. You can use a structure or record, but in this example, I use the class instead. This one is response from the database model to response. This is the one that I'm going to expose in client side. That's why I added that. And then to save me some time things, I'm going to just copy and paste it. Then rename the copy to be sold item. Still, I inherit the profile. Then rename it to be a sold. That makes sense, right? You can comment if it doesn't. Okay. So Fluent validation. Fluent validation. So I'm done with the automapper, ETOs. So I'm going to the Fluent validation. Fluent validation, real response, request validator. Then that generic of D, I'm gonna supply cell request here. binary construct. Good. So this also it should be okay. It's here. The message. Then the dash control B for this. So we don't have purchase order yet. With this days is required. It's sense override. That to add this purchase date under the na kinamo yan anak. Liza, hinaan mo ngayon anak. Ganun umit di question mark. Liza, halika dito. Come on. Hinaan natin. Si Gabi. Akin na bilis. Doon ka sa may upuan. Some typings. Better to just copy and paste it. Separately, one, two, then initialize it by default. So then let's go for what's message. Please add at least one item. So I'm done with the validators. Fluent validation. What I'm going to do now is the infrastructure, then the folders, repository, configurations, purpose. Still, that's it for now. Let's put the interface, base interface repository case. And it's repository. So it says modifier. It's just generic. It's, it's user can enter multiple videos. Set up some typings. Copy and paste. It will return all the records based on the model. Stop. Using expression. Say some typings is copy and paste it. In case we need to specify the table. So click the typing function to just copy and paste it. Then we can put step. Yeah, it will delete. So Please implemented the basic repository class. Class here now. Okay. Generic output. Okay. Okay. The basis. A abstract class. In other repository will describe to have those methods. It's already inhibited. Validated output. Okay. Yang, sudong. Oo, takpan mo yan. Yan, ganun eh. Tulog na naman si Shena. Okay. So let's just have a connection in database first. It's going to store. Let me just set the dependency of which. So since I have this for just saying this is the web API, I'm gonna depends on application and the domain. Yeah, but not the infrastructure because it's always going through application. Then the next one is infrastructure should have a domain. Then that application have both domain and the infrastructure. Okay, so hope that makes sense. Yeah, the connection between the web API for this infrastructure and then the database through entity framework. So we need to install the Microsoft that entity framework, or then select this core one. SQL. If you have any question, guys, just leave a comment below. All right, just leave a comment. Then what else? So gonna add now. It's done installing those necessary libraries. So what I'm going to do now is to create a file, purchase the DB context, big screen. Let's modify speed and then DB context using specific context. Then it's equal. Version 3. It should not break. The this plus name. So here, going to, so this is the constructor. Go to this to set and save. That's the name, and then Control D, sort items. Then I'm going to, because you remember we had a automapper here. I'm sorry, we're gonna uh, have a entity type configuration for those models, sale and sold items. So we need to override the on model. Yeah, then you can say that apply configurations. So this one, any configuration I'm gonna add in here, any files will be loaded. So yeah, since I have this, I'm going to let's just specify the entity type configuration first before we create a repository for sale and sold items. So sale configuration. So it's suffix. Then identity type configuration. Say it's implemented. ASCII things here there is required. Then and purchase date is required. That's it for now. Then multiple table. Save. Okay, the save means some typings again copy and paste the file. Then I name it sold item. Then description. I should have a precision plus precision. Repeatedly. Order another track data. Let's have a one sale with many, the relationship of two tables with many sold or in sale ID. Then constraint name. Usually the constraint name is FK. So this name. Then delete delete line. Yes. In Cascade, ibig sabihin, the moment you deleted data from sale, it will also delete it in sold items. So let's just say no action. I mean, the restrict so that it won't be deleted if there's a value in sold items. Yeah. So I don't have to manually add it in here because I already have it. So apply configuration from assembly. So any entity type configuration derived and yeah, this one will be included there. So okay. So let's create the sale repository now. Interface, repository interface. With because it's classy. So it's supposed to be interface. We're going to use that later on. But this time we're just gonna create the sale repository, okay? This folder. Then sold item. Sorry, should be sale repository. Then I'm gonna base class of base repository, then followed by the name of the model or the model itself, and then with with its interface, which is sale repository that we created earlier on. But in our base repository, we need to add the the context. See, it's not yet implemented here. When we add or delete there, right? Maybe before we finish this one, we need to add first. Oops, excuse me, in here. Okay. Ito naman, oh. Then let's wrap for tracing the context. Context. Dependency injection. Yeah. Then we set the in async. Since it async, so synchronous, we need the await. Then the await, then let's save naman async. Save me some typing. Let's copy this and then make it range. It is plural, so we need to update that. That. Let's have this. Actually, this here is on the let's set. Then here in find async vicinity, let's set find async. So we delete that's entity. Tapos let's call the find async ID. Then is not null if there's no record. Let's just draw. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's draw it because I'm expecting since it's delete, it's always existed there. Okay, so context that's set the sync, then add await, then that one, then here to do it. What? Let's call the find now. That's fine. It will return the like variable p. So this blue variable of p instead of var. But var is fine. Var is fine, guys. So now let's check if there's a filter. It's not now. There's a filter, then query is equal to query that where satisfy this and that include now. Let's have a checker again. It's not null. There's includes model. So let's look here that and then include includes. Then need to, because we had total count, right? So we need to result. We can be like this one, then followed by the period that two is async. Since it's async, after that, third, then the data, and then followed by the total. That's the top of, right? So to save me some time things, I'm going to copy and paste it. I just need to specify the skip and take in here. Right. Then I'm gonna add, it is just verbatim actually. Then another is skip. Then this is skip. If there is one, then times take so that you will get the result that you want. So with this update, what we're going to do is again set. That's it. Okay. Is anything now? Okay. Well, good. So let's go back to the cell repository and you'll notice that there's an error. There's no argument given that corresponding with 5 parameters. So what we have to do is to make the structure available. So this one, because we added here, we added in this by requires here. Okay. So we have cell repository to save me some typings. Again, I'm going to copy and paste it. Oh, sorry, should be sold item. And it's sold items. That is the interface. And then to save me some typings for the sold item too. Gonna copy and paste the CL repository. Gonna rename it sold item. Then copy and paste the codes. Let's just change it to sold item repository. Let me copy and paste this. Yeah. Okay, so we're done with the infrastructure. Did I still miss something? And we still miss something. Gonna uh, going back to it. This time, since we're going to make a connection with between the infrastructure to database using the entity framework, So I'm going to add the connection string here. Since we are in the development, we have this development. I'm going to specify it in here. But you can specify it in here, but I'm going to define the development. You know, in production, you're going to add this connection string instead of development. It will be a production like that. So you have a connection string for the development and production difference connection string. So I don't need this for now. I'm gonna remove it and add the connection string. Then what will be the connection string? I'm gonna name it default connection. Then uh, server, it's the server, it's local. Then the user ID, it's SA. I'm connecting to my local database. Then password would be a password like that. Then database name. Say the name is purchase DB. Yeah. Then trusted connection through. Then trust server certificate through. So let's just check trust server certificate in order to avoid any wrong spelling. Trusted connection, database purchasing, password, then the server. Okay, so I'm done with that. So usually I'm gonna uh, inject it here because I'm going to use a dependency injection. Okay, but later on I'm gonna show you that I can use those application layer and the model layer with the console application, or I'm going to create a Blazor and I'm gonna reuse those. So I'm gonna show it to you. For the meantime, I'm gonna clean this program files. We don't need this. We need this one and this one. And yeah, add services to the container here. But I want to create a common registry. So I'm gonna reside it in application. So I'm gonna create the tables. One is the services and copy and paste. One is the services shop, sales collection, registry. Okay, and then just use that class. Gonna name it registrar naman. Registrar. Services collection registrar. Then here we need the dependency injection. So I'm gonna add the library if it's not available. The Microsoft that extensions that dependency injection. This time, let me just okay. Then gising na si ano? Gising na? Kuya. Oh, sige. Pwede na yan. Pwede na yan, Yang. Practice pa lang naman to. Practice lang. Oh. So don't be shy. Then service. So that's what I'm talking about. That we need the Microsoft extension dependency. injection. So let's add that. That configuration builder meeting. So this Microsoft extension configuration. So with bracket manager, this one. Install. Let's continue. Instead of using the um, it's supposed to be Microsoft extension configuration JSON set. Instead of this, let's uninstall because that JSON it's already implicitly there. Yes, see the set base path already in there because it is implicitly exists in JSON configuration that is it's fine. Then there JSON settings left. Say setting then option. Then remember that development and action. So it's another save us some typings, just cut and paste here and then add string interpolation. Then environment using operator, then that production the moment it doesn't exist. You see there's an error in get environment because when it is specified is the net core. Nagbili si ano, Yang? Nagbili si ano? Inutusan mo siya? Pwede kang mag-ano Yang ha? Okay lang yan na nag-ano lang ako dito. Use the environment variables and environment variables. Since it's not in here, we're going to be library. Or should be see it's no longer there. You get now connection. So actually immediately one just should break or ID. Those then it it could be it's hack again hack the under this the application layer context. This one. The inputs we establish connection now. So this it let's connect to the name. This name. This target. We need to create the database using code first approach. Then in order to do that, we need the oops, insert that right here in line participant. let's move it right here for now. And so calculation.
Bisa, nggak mudah kan? Film yang gambar to kay.
Just wait for a second.
Hmm.
Started.
Tapi bukas, started up.
Or we don't get any. This is the migration tables.
Tuloy mo ko sa side up, ano ko na side, papagising.
Sides here. Then after that, close to it. Update this. There's an error. The connection still has not been initiated. Something needs to check that. Sabihin nyo pag okay na. Sige na. Stop ko muna.